Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm King POSH and today we're looking at this 2019 BMW Z4 Roadster. This is my KP Extreme drift tune and it's one of my first successful rear-wheel drive drag tire tunes on the game. Here's the share code. You got it? Great. And yeah, it's an absolute blast to drive. I took it online the other night and absolutely fell in love with it. And I said, I'm going to share this tune, this build with you guys. So let's get into this. All right. So we've got the Racing 3.0 liter inline 6, giving you all that power and torque. Stock drivetrain, rear-wheel drive. All right. We got a little body kits around the whole entire thing. Okay. And as you can tell. All right. Like I said, we're a drag tire compound tune video thingamajiggy. So here we are. Okay, we got two 85s in the front and three 15s in the rear. And it was all just to bring up the class closest to S1 900 as possible. All right. And then I decided to go with the original rims. I know a lot of people say, "Hey, Posh, can you make one with just the original rims on there?" Absolutely, and they look good on there. So I said, I'm not really not gonna change anything. I mean, yeah, I could save 15 pounds, but I didn't really change the S1 class, the 900. So it's like, nah, you know what? I'll run this stock because they look good on there. All right. And then when I maxed out the track width in the front and in the rear. All right. We got a race clutch, and we have a 10-speed transmission. Like I said, I was getting close to S1 900 as possible. Even if I was running the stock 6-speed transmission, it really wouldn't affect much. So I said, you know what? Who cares? I'll just put a 10-speed in this thing. All right. Got a race drive line and a drift differential. All right. We have race brakes, drift springs and dampeners, race anti-roll bars for the front and rear. Has a full-on roll cage. Like I said, I was just trying to get up to it S1 900, and even with the full-on roll cage, it still didn't want to go over the top. And it is as light as possible. We're saving almost 580 pounds. All right. All this power, and as light as it is, and it does not go over S1. All right, I just went with the regular turbo. All right, I could have went with the, get all the big flames and everything, but nobody's really said anything in the comments below what they like the most, if they like just the regular turbo or the anti-lag. I have yet to hear one response from anybody. So, I guess it's just up to me. But that's the build. Let's get into the tune. So I pulled some things off from my all-wheel drive cars into this rear-wheel drive, and I think it all works out really well. So 16.5 and 49.5. I use this for my all-wheel drives. All right, here's my gearing that I've decided to go with. All right, it's very fast. All right. Here is the alignment, and I've used this alignment for my all-wheel drives as well. You can throw them back and forth. I found the perfect tune. All right. Anti-roll bars are 65 and 1. All right, soft as you can go, low as you can go. Okay. Dampening, this is what I use for my rear-wheel drives. This is not what I use for my all-wheel drives. Can work for the all-wheel drives, but I prefer to keep this for the rear-wheel drives only. So 20, 21, and 1. Okay. No downforce to worry about. All right, brakes are just left at 50 and 100. That's a matter of preference right there, and then differential is 100, 100. I always did like 21, 100 like I usually like to do with my rear-wheel drives. But he said, you know what? Yeah, we'll just do 100 and 100 and call it good. And I think it does well. And that is the tune. That is the build. I left it the regular red color. I think it looks good. I looked at other paint shops. It's like, no, I'll just keep it looking stock. You know, it really is a sleeper at this point because it looks completely stock. Takes off, no problem. All right, she's a slider. I gotta be careful with this one. But it does drift. Gotta be careful with it though. It will spin out on you. That was beautiful, by the way, that little spin. I wish I could put the top up on this thing, but they just don't give you the option. But yeah, I took this in open drift lobbies as I intended it for. Um, and it's wonderful out there. All right. It competes with the all-wheel drivers out there. I'm just going to tell you that now. It does compete, and it competes very well. All right. I was in a room with a whole bunch of all-wheel drive drifters, and you can hardly see it, but I was able to get podium. I got third place on the Emerald Circuit with it. Everybody else was rocking all-wheel drive, and I felt very happy with the score. I said, you know what, this is good. But just like every other rear-wheel drive, you just got to be careful, you know. You don't spin out. But it does really well. It handles very, very well with the tune, with the alignment. You gotta remember, you just have a lot of power, and this car is tuned to the point where virtually no lag. So it just gets up and goes. So be careful with her. And plenty of gears to play with. Just wants to just spin tire for days. And I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. Spin tire for days. Perfection. I agree. An absolute blast of the car. Super fun. Gives that rear-wheel drive feel. Like I said, be careful that you don't spin out with it. You know, feather your throttle if you need to. Don't be like me and just wide open throttle all day, all night long type of person. But either way, it's an absolute blast of a BMW Z4. I had a Z3 in real life. I love them. But either way, the video's done, and I'm done. Well, hey guys, take care, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, and stay sideways, my friends.